I see you. I love you. I love you. I mean, this show is all this love is perfect for today's show because today, well, first of all, thank you for joining wherever you are. You're not here, you're missing out, but you don't miss the show because you can watch right now. Because today we're talking about one of life's biggest questions. How do we achieve happiness? And is happiness something that we can get to with just a few steps? Or is it a longer journey? According to a 2024 World Happiness Report, who knew? The U.S. dropped out of the top 20 happiest countries for the first time, falling 8 spots to number 23. That's out of 143. Americans over the age of 60 ranked 10th in terms of happiness. Those under the age of 30 ranked 62nd. And I happen to believe it's the pressure, right? It's like, how do you define happiness? And if you're not happy all the time, then your life is a failure. There's so many reasons, social, economic, the media, all of it. Take a look.
There's a lot of stuff that goes into happiness you don't need to worry about. Don't worry about your genetics. They control a lot of your mood from moment to moment, it's true. But if you have your habits right, you manage your genetics. And don't worry about your circumstances, good and bad, your bad luck and your good luck. That affects your happiness too, but it comes and goes. Worry about the things that you can manage. Happiness is not a feeling, and that's incredibly good news. If happiness were just a feeling, you'd be chasing it and hoping to get it, and good luck.
Please welcome to the show best-selling co-author of Build the Life You Want, The Art and Science of Getting Happier, author C. Brooks. Welcome to the TAM fam.
Thank you.
Yes. Listen. Okay, first off, how do you define happiness?
So happiness, as I said here, is not a feeling. This is the biggest mistake everybody makes. Happiness is, I want to feel happy tomorrow. Of course, we all do.
Yeah.
But happiness is not a feeling any more than the smell of your turkey is your Thanksgiving dinner. No.
I'm trying to imagine this, okay.
So you go to mom's house, it smells so good, and she comes to the door and says, take in the smell, that's the whole thing. That's like thinking that your happiness is a feeling. It's not. Feelings are evidence of happiness. That's incredibly good news because your feelings exist so that you can react to the outside world in the correct way.
Right.
Negative feelings means there's a threat. Positive feelings means there's an opportunity. That's all it is. And we have to understand our emotions and manage our emotions. And the way that we do that is by understanding what happiness really is. Happiness, well, it's like your Thanksgiving dinner. It's 3 things. Your dinner is protein and carbohydrates and fat. Those are called macronutrients. Your happiness has 3 macronutrients too. Enjoyment and satisfaction and meaning.
And meaning.
Meaning, yeah.
Okay.
Purpose or meaning. Those are the 3 parts of happiness. And those are the 3 things to be looking for.
Okay, I want to break those down. I want to marinate like turkey on this one.
There you go.
All right. Enjoyment.
Yeah, so enjoyment is not the same thing as pleasure. Pleasure is kind of an animal thing, and it's a good thing, but if you ever met somebody whose whole goal in life is to maximize pleasure, it never ends well. No. Pleasure is the beginning of enjoyment, but it's just the first ingredient. You need to add 2 things, people and memory. Pleasure plus people plus memory. So if there's something you like to do that makes you feel really, really good, if you're doing it alone, you're probably doing it wrong. That's kind of the rule of thumb. Do the things that you love with other people and remember them. Then the experience will be in the part of your brain
I want to pause you on that, though, because we just had the Surgeon General on, and he talked about the loneliness epidemic in this country. And people feel more and more alone. So I'm watching right now, I'm listening to you, and I say, okay, what's something that I enjoy? Eating.
Right.
Well, I may not have someone to have dinner with that night.
Right.
I might like, I don't know, taking a run. I may not have someone because people more than ever feel loneliness.
Right.
How do you add that into the equation?
So the things that aren't addictive that you do alone, like saying your prayers or walking in the woods, no problem. No problem. But eating is a good example of that. One of the reasons that eating is a problem for people is because they do it alone and they're only doing it for the feeling that it actually gives them in the moment. And then it actually can become kind of an addiction.
Right.
So if you live alone, for example, a lot of people do, one of the things that I recommend is that you have dinner with somebody else on FaceTime.
Oh.
You set your dinner time with somebody you love, one of your friends, and you have your phone set up. Phones are bad for lots of things, right? Like social media and scrolling and no. But if you set up your phone on FaceTime with your best friend and she's having dinner alone and you're having dinner alone, then you have dinner together.
I love that.
And then it becomes enjoyment.
I enjoy that. Okay. I want to go back to another thing on this. The ingredients that we need, satisfaction.
Yeah, satisfaction is the joy that we get for an accomplishment after struggle. Only people want to struggle. My dog doesn't want to struggle for his accomplishments.
Right.
He would eat lying down if he could. I, on the other hand, it's not sweet if I don't work for it. This is one of the reasons that we tell our kids to defer their gratifications. You say to your kids, don't snack before dinner. The reason is because you want to come to dinner good and hungry, and then they'll actually enjoy and get satisfaction from their dinner.
Okay.
You want them to suffer, actually, a little bit.
Oh, God.
You don't want to say that, but that's actually the truth. And then they learn
Because you want
good
them to be able to
habits.
look forward
Yeah.
to this ending of it here.
Yeah.
Purpose and meaning.
Meaning is this idea that it's the why of your life.
Okay.
It's really what brings everything together in your life. And there's really two questions to be able to answer. Why am I alive? And for
Let's marinate. Why am I alive?
Why am I alive? Why am I alive?
Okay.
And for what would I give my life?
Oh.
And
For
if you
what
can
would
answer
I
those
give
questions.
my life?
Yeah. And so why I'm alive, I'm alive because I believe God made me to serve other people. And what would I give my life? And I would give my life for my faith and for my family and for my friends and for the United States of America. And those are the things I would give my life for. And I know that. And that's why I know the meaning of my life. And that's what I tell my kids to go looking for in their life's journey is the answer to those two questions.
Oh, my heart right now. I mean, we're all like on bated breath because that is true. I mean, I think instantly when you say, what would you give your life up for? Obviously, I think most of us, it goes to family.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a 5-year-old. I'm a bear. I could probably move a mountain if I needed
For
to
sure,
for
but you
him.
could.
But the purpose, right? What is my purpose? I love my job. I love this Tam family. When I walk out those doors, everything almost vanishes. But I
can
don't
tell, by
know.
the way.
Can you tell?
I can tell. So
It
if somebody
does.
said, Tamron, what's your life's mission?
My life's mission.
What would you say? Like your mission statement, what would you say?
Truly?
Yeah?
My life's mission is to, the day I leave this planet, have people know I rooted for them even if I've never met them.
That's beautiful.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
This is what we need to be able to answer. This is what all of us need to be able to. So when somebody calls
Why
on
you got me crying now? Was
when somebody calls on you, whether
yeah,
it's
this is a happy segment. I'm crying. What the?
but maybe it's your children who ask you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's St. Peter at the pearly gates who asks you.
Wow.
But you need to be able to say the why of your life.
So in the book, you talk about becoming happier is not just about positive feelings, that we need negative ones as well. You said sadness makes us better at assessing reality in social situations because we are less likely to flatter ourselves or gloss over negative truths.
Yeah. You know, I see you so happy right now, even in the moment of your tears. This is the thing. You can't get to happiness but through your unhappiness. The great lie we tell people today is that their sadness, their fear, their anger, that it's evidence of pathology, that it's a sickness. It's not. You want to be happy, you need to be fully alive. And to be fully alive, you got to feel it all. And the way...
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Just before I let you go, you have 4 scientifically proven pillars that you say are the habits we can engage in to get happier.
Yes.
You say faith, family, friendship, meaningful work.
That's right. That's the big 4. I mean, you could look all day long on the internet for self-improvement tips on the habits, whether you should do resistance training or whether or not you should run marathons, or you should eat broccoli or asparagus. None of it matters. There's only 4 things to pay attention to. Your happiness 401k plan. Here are the deposits. Your faith or your life philosophy every day, right? You got to get little and make the universe large. 2, your family life. Don't let anybody drive your family apart. There's no reason for family schism except for abuse. And you know, differences of political opinion, not abuse, right? They want you to think that, but Number 3 is your friendship. And by that I mean real friends, not deal friends. Yeah. And last but not least, you need to be needed. You want dignity, you need people to need you. And find ways, that's meaningful work. Find ways that other people can be needed too. Somebody asked me the other day, because I was giving a talk at a Christian college, and one of the students said, how can I give that to somebody, I don't know, I need nothing from, like a homeless person? look, we're in New York right now. There's a lot of need, there's a lot of suffering. And I said, next time that you help a homeless person, you give them some food, you give them some aid, ask for something in return. Here's an idea. Say, by the way, would you please pray for me and my family? Because you need that. And that's the basis of dignity for you and for that person, and that's how we lift up the world.
Oh my gosh. You're all nodding. We didn't know what this hour was going to be, but we are off to an incredible beginning. Arthur, thank you so much. Listen, the Art and Science of Happiness newsletter launching on November 18th. But until then, Tam Fam, you're going home with Arthur's best-selling book, What Does It Feel Like to Be Happy? The Journey